service. Certainly myself, on behalf of the residents, appreciate all the work and time and effort that you've put into the last so many years, whether it's 12, whether it's 4, or anywhere in between. Thank you on behalf of the residents. And of course, good luck in whatever you choose to do. And PJ, where did you say the inaugural event was going to be held at?
I'm invading Eddie still.
Thanks very much for that. So, just some serious business for a couple different things. Mr. Guerra, can you please give us an update on the advanced ambulance service?
So the advanced ambulance service, as to where it stands currently, we're on the 5-yard line. There has been a lot of movement within the group that we are working with. A lot of change that's going to come in the new year. And the folks that are currently in office want to make sure that the new folks have an opportunity to weigh in. So we are almost there, but we're not quite over the line.
I hate to say it, but it sounds like the quarterback's going to be getting sacked, and we're
It's
going
a
to get
potential possibility. I sure hope not,
a
because
little delay of time.
there's a lot of effort that's been put into it, and I don't foresee there being issues, but they want to respectfully make sure that those folks have a say in what goes on, and I don't want to disagree with that.
Understood. So, just one question about the trash removal contract. So built into the contract is $59,000 a year, from what I understand, for a new vehicle.
Correct.
Very understandable. Will that be paid, throughout the contract, or years 1 through 5?
So it'll be years 1 through 5. So our understanding of why they wanted to structure it for 5 years is,
To recoup the cost of
yeah,
it.
you buy a car,
Right.
I don't know whether I get a 5 or 6 year deal on my car, but whatever it is, I mean, there's annual payments, and that's roughly what it's going to be for them to pay for the rest of it.
So if those options are picked up in year 6 and 7, the borough can anticipate some savings.
I would think so, but that's going to be for,
Well, I mean,
Yes.
the 59,000 is going to go away, right, in year 6 and 7?
yeah.
Unless they need a new vehicle.
I would think the life of those
I would
vehicles
think so
at
too, but
$300,000 should be more than 5 years, right?
I would think so, I hope so.
And you know,
As a resident, I hope so.
Okay. I noticed on the agenda is a tax anticipation note.
yes.
However, you just mentioned that the ending balance at the end of November is $1.6 million. So that's a balance, the borough has maybe never had.
Yep.
So I'm wondering why the need for the TAN?
Well, last year was $1 million. So I believe that eventually with the EIT that was instituted, the borough's going to get to a place where they may not need a tax anticipation. However, we wanted to make sure that the funding was in place this year. There's going to be expenses in December. It's certainly not going to go through all the expenses, so there's going to be some cash left over. We wanted to make sure that there was enough funding through the year, at the start of that year to get it through. And my hope is that in the future with EIT, as we stated in the finance report that the subcommittee put together, you may eventually get to a point where I think you're not going to need it. We're not there yet, in my opinion.
Okay. Thanks for that. And another thing I would be remiss about, Mr. Collins, if I did not ask you about the 2024 audit.
The trial balances were sent over late last week, I believe. So through emails with Carl, our auditor, I think he's going to be coming in the first of the year, towards the first part of January, to do his due diligence with Inside the Barrel.
Are they furiously working on it? That's all I want to know.
And he told me he may even work on Christmas Eve.
Don't take the day off.
All right.
After 9 months late, what's when we're done? Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Eddie.
Hello, everyone. Sue Bratchett, 18 Partridge Avenue. I would echo everyone's remarks. We all appreciate everyone that's up there. I know the time that you guys put in, and some people may not, but it's not as easy as it looks. It's not an hour every twice a month. what I wanted to check in on is the status of Main Streets of Ridley Park. What's going on with that organization?
Okay. I mean, we're still in existence.
Do you have meetings?
No, because we don't have events.
But you did have events in 2025.
We only had, I think, one, maybe two.
But shouldn't there have been meetings to vote on those expenditures?
Well, we're not part of the borough, we're a nonprofit organization.
So you still need to have a meeting to vote on expenses,
Yeah.
and you didn't,
Well,
or did you?
we have met, I mean, there's only two of us left, so,
Well, I'm a member and I've never been invited to a meeting.
well, you never reached out. Every text message I've sent you regarding other
You
things.
never sent me a text. I'd like you to forward me the text messages, because I've never received any.
Well, like I said, Main Streets is a nonprofit organization not in connection with the borough, so I don't know why you're bringing this up in front of the county.
Because it's an item that usually the council reports on.
They report on the athletic club too. Do
Yeah.
you- yes,
I don't have any questions about the athletic club. Okay. Is there a balance in the Main Streets account?
There is, if you'd like it, I can give it to you.
Can you give me approximately what you know?
I'm not gonna give it to you. I don't have to.
Okay. Well, I guess the reason I brought this up is because it seems like the rec board, the business association, the library, all other, associations within the borough have taken over, activities that Main Streets normally had done.
Yeah.
So does Main Streets have a future?
Yeah, they do. We do different organizations. We've partnered with the police department and gave out bicycle helmets.
I believe the purpose of Main Streets is to partner with the business community.
Again, why are we discussing this at a council meeting? Do you just wanna air dirty laundry? Is that your purpose?
I'm just asking.
Obviously it is.
It's a community event.
Yeah, it's a community event because Main Streets originally picked up all of the business association events that went to Hum. So now that we have a active business association and an active rec board, there's no reason why they can't handle the burden.
I just don't see Main Streets has done much in 2025 and
Well,
wonder.
there's only a very few left of us, and unfortunately, there's not many volunteers.
Please forward me the text
Oh, I
messages that
will,
you sent.
for sure.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Going once, going twice. All right, we will close public comment this evening, and we are going to move on to action items.
Motion to approve December accounts payable in the amount of $785,911.29.
I will be the maker of that motion. Do we have a second? Second, Counselor Collins. Any comments or questions? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve November 18th, 2025 council meeting minutes.
Maker of the motion is Counselor Collins. Do we have a second? Second is Counselor McGinley. Any comments or questions? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve 2026 final budget.
I will be the maker of that motion. Do we have a second? Second. Second is Counselor Pinto. Any comments or questions?
I have several.
Sure.
So, in the preliminary budget, there was a line item for Liberty Park Athletic Club field work for $10,000.
Yep.
It looks like in the final budget, it came back as Ridley Park Athletic Club fence work, and now it's $25,000.
Correct.
Okay, what fence are we,
So the dugouts and the fencing around there, it's
okay,
actually peeling up, so it's all has to be replaced.
okay.
And then one of the other things, so this was actually a request from our Houston mayor, Mr. Berger. He reached out to me last week to talk about the fencing, but one of the other things that we discussed when I talked about it with Bob is that you're going to see on here as part of that, a motion to approve a resolution to authorizing the renaming of the recreation park from Mayor Hank Everly Junior Park. So part of that cost is to hopefully put up a sign in fencing as well.
Of $25,000?
No, it's for the fencing and for the sign.
Okay, that seemed like an awful lot of money for fencing.
and I think most of it has to be replaced.
Okay, I mean, I could see that money being put into the library, which desperately needs our
And
attention.
library, we put money into the library is
There's
also applying for grants as well.
Yeah, we've only put $20,000 into the library. Moving forward. Civil service, for 2025, there was a 12,000 allotted budget. For
Yep.
next year, 2026, where we need to have them promote corporals, we have a $4,000 budget.
Yep.
So, you think that's an adequate amount?
I do, because we sat right there and had a conversation with the police chief on what he thought the cost would be as we went through every single line item within the police budget.
Okay, interesting. All right, and the last item, it looks like on the preliminary budget, there may have been a line item for tree hazards, and now there's nothing. With the trees that came down at the lake and the damage that it did to the walkway that the kids take to school, there's no money for that, is that going to be
So
fixed?
that was, I think, tree hazards, green work, things like that. We used to actually put that into a separate line item. That was, I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was conservation. And you're basically moving one line item to the other. That really goes under the work that's done by the highway department. So eventually, next year, that should just roll entirely out as a line item, and it'll just be something as part of the highway department's work.
Okay, but most of that work that needs to be down there, we need a complete wall rebuilt.
I think they have to decide what they want to do down there, because from my conversations with the highway department, it's more than, it's whether there's actually value with the work that's already been done on that slope going down there, whether those steps actually need to be replaced. So whether you want to just use the existing pathway that was redone, or do you want to spend the money to put steps in, that's not gonna be a decision for this council.
Understood, but yet the wall that held the walkway up is no longer there.
Okay?
So it's a safety risk.
Yep, and the highway guys are aware of that, and my understanding in the conversation with them is they're suggesting that all just be ripped out, and that the pathway go down, and that they can do any repair work that's needed.
Okay, so they're gonna remove the wall that's holding the
That is
walkway
what
up.
their suggestion was to me.
That is all I have.
Alright.
Yep. Just trash for moving, stuff around.
Yep.
Is there a waste next year?
Yeah.
In the budget? Okay.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
because that's usually like a big event that, people look forward to, so.
Yep.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
We did have one.
One there? Alright.
Motion to approve the appointment of Aaron Pally to the zoning hearing board with a term to expire 12/31/20.
Maker of the motion, Councilor Pinto. Do we have a second? Councilor McGinley. Comments or questions? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve the appointment of, butcher this name. Abby Scaratucci. Thank you, sorry, I apologize, people butcher my name all the time. To the rec board with a term to expire 12/31/26.
Rec board, that would be Kim, maker of the motion, do we have a second? Second is Councilor Pinto. Comments or questions? Oh, excuse me. Councilor Boyce. Identical twins. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve the appointment of Sue Brachette to the rec board with a term to expire 12/31/29.
Maker of the motion would again be Kim Collins, do we have a second? Second is Councilor McGinley. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
All right, one nay.
Motion to appoint Thomas Byrne Jr. as emergency management coordinator to be effective January 1st, 2026.
Maker of the motion would be Councilor Delesio. Do we have a second? Councilor Gira. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye. Motion to adopt resolution 2025-14 as presented, authorizing amongst other things, the issuance of a tax and revenue anticipation note in in the principal amount of $500,000.
I will be the maker of that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second is Counselor Collins. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve ordinance 2025-5, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement for the purposes of processing and disposal of municipal waste.
Maker of the motion will be Counselor McGinley. Do we have a second? Second. Second is Counselor Pinto. Comments or questions? Yep.
With our previous hauler, have we gave them notice that we were doing?
I believe there's a letter that was drafted, yeah?
You did that already?
Yes.
Okay, when did we do that?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. We sent certified.
Gotcha. Okay. Does that require all this?
No.
No?
Yeah, so Ernie called me, went over it, it was within the contract.
Small detail.
So yeah, okay.
And it was within the time frame that was
Yep.
allowed? Okay, all right.
Yep. All right. Do we have did we make the motions? All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
One nay.
Motion to approve the drummer's block party request for January 10th, 2026.
Do we have a maker of this motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Second. All right, comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-15, tax rate for the year 2026.
All right, maker of the motion will be me. Do we have a second? Second. Second is Counselor Pinto. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Nay.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-16, adopting sewer service charge for the year 2026.
I will be the maker of the motion for this. Do we have a second? Second. Second is Counselor Pinto. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Nay.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-17, trash rubbish collection fee 2026.
I will be the maker of that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
I'm giving it the mic.
Aye. I've got enough trash, right?
Yep. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-18, to appoint a Delaware County Tax Collection Committee delegate and alternate delegates.
All right. I will be the maker of that motion. Excuse me, do you have any comments or questions? Yep. Yeah, so this was actually something that was given to us by the county.
Okay.
A request to do, it is concerning the EIT.
Mhm.
So each municipality has to do two representatives, at least 2 representatives, you can do 3. So my suggestion for the resolution, which is on there, is that it be the borough manager and the finance chair act as borough manager as delegate, finance chair as vice delegate,
Makes sense.
delegate, whatever you call it.
That works.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilor McGinley. Comments, or should we give comments or questions? All in favor?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-10, apply for a local share assessment grant for renovation of the pump house in the amount of $99,365.
Who wants to be the maker of the motion?
I'll
Councilor
make
McGinley.
Second.
Second, Councilor Collins. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-19, to authorize the Ridley Park Borough Tax Collector to collect borough taxes for 2026.
I will be the maker of that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilor Pinto. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Motion to approve resolution 2025-20, to authorize the renaming of Recreation Park to the Hank Everly Jr. Park.
And just for the record, actually on the resolution says the mayor Hank Everly Junior Park, so just want to clarify that. All right. Second?
Second.
Second, Councilor Collins. Comments or questions? Very fitting that we have on that. So all in favor? All right, and with that, as was Mayor Hank's tradition, he would always read, close night quarters. So, they're currently going through the mayor's possessions and cannot locate the actual book that he used to read, but I was promised, by his daughter-in-law, and then his son has been back, that we will eventually get that copy, so that along with Bible is up here when need be, for the next mayor to read that. So in the meantime, our interim mayor, Mr. Dolan, has the printout. Get it on.
Well, I hope I do it justice. It's for you, Hank. It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, and hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what's the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up a sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his trousers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, Donder, and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the top, to the Krausers they flew. Went through the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were all like roses, his noses like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a ripe, jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye, a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, all filled with the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod of the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like down of the thistle. But when I heard him explain, he drove out of sight,